Good morning, Daily Dose of Danny followers. I know it's been a really long time, but geez, has life been busy. So last week, there were so many things going on between the Democratic National Convention, moving my baby girl to the University of Arizona for her first year in college, to the fires in Northern California. So let's break it down, shall we? So Leah, University of Arizona, that's where she was going to go to school. She decided she's going to live in the dorm, and then the whole COVID thing happened. So the day we chose dorms, we were like, okay, she's going to live in Apache Santa Cruz. That's a great dorm. It's old. They're all old. She's going to be on a floor with 30 plus people, and they're all going to share a bathroom at the end of the hall. So as COVID got more intense, we started thinking, is that really safe to share a bathroom with all these people? And like, what's the cleaning regime going to be? Are they going to clean the bathroom after every person? Undoubtedly, they're not going to do that. So Leah had a roommate set up, Jane, and they were talking and FaceTiming, and they were going to be fast friends sharing a room. But as it got closer, we started thinking it's not for Leah, so we started looking for apartment options, and the University of Arizona has all these apartment complexes that, border the university. Their footprint is actually on the university grounds, but they're not part of the dorm system. But they're only University of Arizona students can live there. So we found this great place. It's called Aspire. She's going to be in a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. So each person had their own bedroom, bath. There was already one girl living there. She's a senior named Maddie from Santa Barbara. And Leah connected with these two other girls on the U of A Facebook site that were looking to get out of the dorms as well. So it was going to be 3 freshmen and Maddie. And Maddie was great, and she was like, it's okay, I'm pre-med, I'm a senior, I'm on my way out. I don't mind sharing the apartment with you girls. So then Leah started talking to the other 2 freshmen, and, this was going to be their situation. And we felt horrible for Jane. Her family couldn't make the commitment to the 1-year lease, which is totally understandable. They have another child in college, and it's a lot to take on. And we knew that it was a lot to take on, but we just felt like with COVID, it was worth the gamble. And financially, for what it costs to live in the dorm with the meal ticket, it was really dollar for dollar, the same amount, except for the fact that we had a year lease, but I'll tackle that later. So anyways, it's going to be Leah, Lydia, Abigail, and Maddie. So we go to move in. Maddie's already there. She's already moved in. So we move Leah in. We're the first to arrive. She's on the 2nd floor in Aspire. The lobby's very modern and nice. The hallway is like, to Leah's room is like blue lights. It's fancy. So we get in the apartment. It looks a little dirty, but, it's okay. We can make it work. So we get her all moved in, and then the roommates start showing up, and the freshman girls, Abigail and Lydia, both came with their parents, mama and dad. So we got to meet the parents. They all seemed really nice, and, the kids are a reflection of the parents, so the girls seemed really nice. I mean, I know from talking to Leah that both girls were vegan. They were very active, like they're activists, voting rights, women's rights, environment, Black Lives Matter. I mean, they were activists into politics and all of that. And this was such a great match with Leah because she's really become my little mini me. So I was so excited for her, but it's still hard, it's Arizona, it's far away from home. But we got her set up, and Boyd and I stayed a few days and, just really put on the Ritz, gave her everything they needed, took the girls shopping, so they're full of food, they're ready to go. And then, Leah stayed there. Boyd and I were in a hotel, and, they met some kids from the honors dorm. So here's the dorm situation. You go to move in the dorm, you have a move-in time, you get COVID tested, then you move in the dorm. And then you're supposed to stay in the dorm. You're not supposed to go off campus and do all these other things, go out to dinner with your parents, none of that. You're supposed to stay in the dorms. That's the whole point. That's the quarantining, that's the isolation, that's how you lower the COVID risk. but these are 17, 18, and 19-year-olds, and they don't want to stay in their rooms. They want to meet people. And it's so unnatural to not be able to go to parties and hang out and da da da. But so even if you wear a mask and do these things, like, and these kids have just been tested, and of course Leah's been tested, and her roommates have all been tested. But as we know, the test is a snapshot of where you are now. Like, you could still have been exposed from the time you got your results. Do you know what I mean? It's a slippery slope. It's tough terrain to navigate, and these kids are young. So, there were parties, and there were small gatherings, 10 people, sometimes 15, and some mask wearing, some not mask wearing. And then, so you get to know these kids, and then the next day you hang out with them again, and maybe you lower your guard a little bit and don't wear your mask the whole time. These are all choices that these kids are making on a daily basis. And it's frightening, but, we're leaving them there, so we have to allow for them to make these decisions, even though there should be no decisions to make, right? It's COVID hotbed. And some of these parties are huge. I guess Leah was telling me, like, the first week of school, it's called Silly Week, because you just get the syllabus and work on syllabus things, and not really hardcore school. So there's parties every day. Well, all Leah and her roommates are all going through Rush. Maddie's already in a sorority. We don't know which one. It's a secret. So the Rush politics are that no kids going through Rush can go to any fraternity parties. If you're spotted at fraternity parties, you're out of Rush. So I was saying to Leah, like, how are they going to monitor that? Well, Leah was with some kids sitting on the mall. They were all in a big circle, and some girls got emails from the sorority, from their RC, which I think is recruitment counselor or something, Rush coordinator. I don't know what it stands for. She just kept saying RC, 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 with a picture of the girls at a frat party. So they were banned from Rush, and the girls were crying, and Leah was like, it was really sad, but at the same time, like, that was the rule, right? Like, you got that part. So I guess that's how they're going to do it. They're taking pictures of people. They're sending around photographs of people going to frat parties when they're young, freshmen, and they know if you're going through Rush, you shouldn't be at a party. So Leah was like, this week is going to be stressful, like it's the first week of school, and, there's old ladies parties, but we're not going to them, and, they have to meet with their RCs like every night. There's like different things, and then the weekend is like recruitment, and then next weekend you get the bids, and then you go in the sorority. So it's a lot to navigate. And again, my kid's 17. She's not going to be 18 till October. Not that the age matters, because you can be super mature at 14. But she hasn't lived anywhere. She hasn't done anything. She's always been home. And like traveling for soccer, I was always there. Like, I'm not there. She's already texted me probably like 1,000 times because she has a sore throat. She's positive she's dying. But I'm just telling her, you're coming from California to Arizona, which is dry, dry, dry. You're in air conditioning 24/7, unless you're outside, which is dry, dry, dry. You're going to have a scratchy throat. That's going to happen. So you're going to drink tea. And Boyd had nosebleeds every day when we were there. It's that dry. It's very dry. Plus it's 111, so it's hot as fuck. So I'm like, try to tell her, take Emergen-C and drink tea and stay hydrated and don't panic. You don't fucking have COVID. You're fine. Jesus. You might have COVID, but I doubt it. But from what I know, you don't have COVID. So just try to live your life. Try to have fun. Try to stay in your small pod.